the name,
It hits different.
but you forged out your own identity.
My mum and dad laid the foundations. West Ham nurtured it. In every negative, there must be a positive somewhere. You just got to be willing to find it. My mindset in that moment,
Everything just clicked. Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Adibar Akin Fenwa, and welcome back to the Beast Mode on Pod. All right, before I introduce today's fantastic guest, I've got to give a quick shout out to our sponsor today, eToro. Right now, eToro are offering £50 when you deposit £200. What a great way to start your financial investment. Head to go.etoro.com/beast mode. All right, cool. Today's guest, he's a real one, I won't even lie. He's dealt with football on every level, from Premier League pressure to big family name, from West Ham through to Sunderland, QPR, Reading and beyond. But this just isn't a football story. This is bigger than that. He's dealt with resilience, pressure, survived some of the biggest storms football has to throw at you, and come out the other side. Certified Beast Mode. Please, Beast Mode family, give a warm welcome to my broski, Anton Ferdinand.
what's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy? You good?
I'm good, man. Bro, that intro, bro.
But I ain't gonna allow get better at it, you know?
Hey, but it's done me, bro. It's done me, man. I appreciate that, man.
All right, brother, you already know, and you'll see this. Like, I've known you for a minute, and we chat. You know what I'm saying? And we said prior that this is just going to be a conversation. But before we get into that, like, you know what I'm saying, on this podcast, like, we give flowers. You know what I'm saying? Figuratively, literally, and that, yeah. And I know people, you know, get consumed about, listen, now your name, the football, and all that. But you know, some people don't know that, like, one of your biggest loves or first loves was, you know, horses. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, know about all that. You know what I'm saying? So listen, the next time you're chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope, let read that out here, just feel, because you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. That's what we do. It's a little mug out here. But not only that, because I know West Ham, heart of heart, soul. So you know what I'm saying? You can have this. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't set that. That wasn't me. We got some Tottenham people over there that wanted just to kind of say, I beg. You know what I'm saying? So
we better give that to them then.
look, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I've got no skin in this game. You know what I'm saying? You lot in there, you bad mind. They're bad mind. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna put that over there. I don't want to hold on to that. I don't want the energy around me.
I like that. Dash it.
It's gone.
But let's start. You know, growing up as a Ferdinand, right? So growing up in your family, was football unavoidable in growing up?
It wasn't really the family that made it unavoidable. It was the estate.
Okay.
You know, the estate was a football mad. I grew up on Friary Estate in Peckham.
Yeah.
It was a football mad estate.
Yeah.
You know, most people on the estate supported Liverpool.
Big up.
Yeah.
Certified.
I didn't get drawn into the Liverpool hype. I just loved John Barnes.
Yeah.
Jan Moby.
Oh, them man.
Yeah. So when I was on the back grass, which was like our Wembley, in between two of the blocks of flats, when man was dribbling, you know, nowadays kids dribble around cones, I was dribbling around dog poo.
Yeah.
Like, don't get the dog poo. The dog poo can't come in the yard. I got to miss it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but when I was commentating, it's John Barnes on the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved players more than teams.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and then.
Let me ask this question just before you go in. No, it's not even that, because you touched on it. But how did, like, you touched on, you know, the estate, the grass, dog poo, that whole environment. But how did that impact you, shape you? Because I grew up on the estate as well. That was our era. Do you know what I'm saying? I know how it impacted me. I know how it shaped you. How did playing football on an estate, on a day-to-day, shape you as not only a footballer, but as a person?
The football was the common denominator within the estate. With stuff that was going on in the estate, if there was a ball out, it stopped anything going on. That's the power of football.
Yeah, man.
You know? But I wouldn't change where I grew up for the world, because it shaped the person. You know, Peckham had a bearing on me as a person, you know, and just little things, you know, seeing how a community comes together, understanding the power of a community, you know, and my estate was multicultural. So on my landing, we had white, Chinese, African, Indian, and a mixed family, which was my family. You know, all on one landing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I grew up in a place where I felt nothing but love.
Yeah.
You know,
I hear you, man.
and estates have a bad name where trouble. There's a trouble on most estates, but I can't sit here and say to you that I didn't know what love felt like.
Right.
Not just from my family, but outside of it. But I grew up in an era where, and I'm sure you're the same, that I could be on the other side of my estate where one of my brethren lives, and if I'm acting up, their mum and dad could tell me off.
100%, man.
They can't put a hand on me, but they can tell me off. They can tell me I'm acting up.
I ain't gonna lie, B. A couple of my African, they put hands on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, it's beautiful that you say that, because I do think there's an element of today's society that miss out on, listen, you know, we say it takes a community or a village to raise, and that's exactly what an estate was.
100%.
You know, it was, but I remember mums was, any adult, if you're rude to any adult and they tell me you're rude and they want to clap you in the back of your head, like, so be it.
But I understand that's African culture.
Yeah.
I understand. I grew up with a lot of African people. I grew up with Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans. I understand it. Like, I understand I go into a place, so shoes are coming off, and you call this auntie and uncle.
Come on.
I understand all that. If I try to say their name, it's a madness in there. It's a madness. They look at me, does this boy think we're the same age? I understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Turkish.
yeah.
I understand Turkish culture.
Yeah, man.
Where like in Turkey and Turkish culture, to say no, people tut.
Yeah.
So like a waitress could come over, do you want a drink? And I'm like, to us, that's rude. But in their culture, that's just them saying no.
Communication, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so I grew up multicultural. I understand different cultures.
Yeah.
But with that, I understand respect
100%.
on a different level.
100%, yeah.
Because I know I can go into any environment, any culture, and understand and respect it as quick as possible.
Let me ask, you know, we talked about estates, we talked about Peckham, the estate and that. Of course, those were perceived as, you know, low-income estates in that. Early on, did your parents find it hard financially to go through the journey of football, you know, i.e. football boots, you know, at a young age?
Yeah, 100%. Like, we'd go to TD Sports on Wharf Road. Big up TD Sports, no longer there.
Big up Wharf Road.
Yeah, we'd go TD Sports where everyone used to go to get the ball, their football boots and their shin pads and stuff. And I used to go in there, and all the shiny ones, they were at the top. You know what I mean? All the big ones were at the top. Like, but the guys in there knew my mum could only afford what was down here. So they'll persuade me this is where all the footballers buy their stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, like, but that's just part of the journey, man.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
and listen, although I had to look down there, which was absolutely fine, for what my mum and dad didn't have monetary value.
Yeah, I know.
They made up for it with love, discipline, and making sure we were the best version of ourselves, and that support. Like, very rarely I went to games and my mum or my dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, me and my friends are going to a game, things start to get tough on the pitch. I'm looking to the sideline, I'm looking at my dad.
Right.
They're looking to the sideline, they're looking at my dad.
Right.
It hits different.
Talk to me about that, because my experience was different. So my parents didn't come to games, and I wouldn't say it hardened me, and I'd always say it was just what I knew. It was my parents worked, I played football. That was it. You know what I mean? Talk to me on what that did for you. And even when you said your brethren looked over and your pops was there, that face where just early on, what was that like for you?
Just that sense of he's there.
Right.
Like, your dad is your hero. Your dad is like, he's the man of the house. You know what I mean? Like, not many things in your mind as a kid. Nothing go wrong if he's there.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so when as you know in football, you go through things in a what was it then? A 60-minute game.
Yeah.
Things happen in that 60 minutes. Adversity comes. It starts to get hard. Even you do a run and your belly hurting because you're running and your belly starts to hurt. Just that little glance over and that little nod was enough for me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I truly, truly believe, and I say this all the time, in my group of friends, I wasn't the best footballer out of my group. And I wasn't the best footballer in my age group on the estate. But I was the one who made it. And I truly, truly believe that played a massive, massive part for me.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, and I feel like there's a sense where I kind of know, but I want you to put it in to words. Was there an element of you didn't want to let him down?
100%.
Okay, all right.
100%. So I feared my mum and dad, not in a bad way. I didn't fear getting a beating. I didn't fear.
Let me just pause you. Mum, Dad, I feared you in a bad way. Beating and everything. I'm just letting you know. I'm not sugarcoating. I was scared of y'all. God, continue.
Well, you had to do kneel down, hands up, innit?
I can't. That's why I'm fine. And class for good. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you, though, Mum and Dad. I get it now.
Yeah. But like, I feared letting them down.
Okay.
I feared that more than anything.
All right. And from what age? What age did that, like?
From young, man.
You just...
From 8, 9 years old, I feared looking at my mum and dad and seeing disappointment.
Wicked.
I feared that. And you know what? The best managers that I played for in my career had that on me.
Okay.
Had that on me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But because my dad or my mum was there watching, the fear of letting them down, but also looking over and that nod of approval, that nod of you're cool.
Yeah.
It gave me the ability to go again and again and again. Whereas, you know, like on the pitch, like when you used to go to games, you said, and your mum and dad was at work, so you had to go to games by yourself. When it gets hard, you had your teammates.
Yeah.
Like, and your teammates can get you through it. 100% they can.
Yeah.
And you got to be a certain type of person to understand that your teammates can get you through it.
Yeah.
But I can do it by myself.
Yeah.
Which you are like that.
Yeah.
I became like that. But in that period of time at 9, 10, 11, 12, I needed that.
Yeah. I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it.
It just came to me, but my dad was smart, man. My dad, like, he don't play football. He can't play football. But when I tell you he challenged us here,
yeah, man.
At all times, he never let us rest. Never let us rest on our laurels, ever. You've done this, but can you do that?
Can you do that? So, you know what? It's nice because it just seamlessly goes into, but what was it like trying to forge your own identity as a Ferdinand? Just your own player, you know? Of course, we're going to touch on this, but just tell me on that. What was it like forging your own identity as a Ferdinand?
It was difficult, man. Difficult. Even on the estate. Rio's brother. Rio. Only my friend group, it's Anton.
Yeah.
And my brother's friends, it's Anton. Outside that, it's Rio's brother. So it's been with me my whole life, you know? But it was difficult, but again.
Can I ask, when did it, don't let me assume to make, did it, Rio being your older brother, did it add pressure? And if it did, how early on did Rio being your older brother just add pressure from outside, if you know what I mean?
It added pressure from minute one.
Say less.
Having Rio, my brother, it added pressure at minute one. Like, when your older brother on the estate, everyone chats to him, it just adds pressure.
Right.
Like, it just does.
Yeah.
You know? And he was a good footballer.
Right.
You know? And then translates into football. I'm just lucky I had a group of friends I was Anton.
Right.
And they're still my group of friends now. who, if I'm acting up or doing something, what are you doing?
The man gonna check you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lucky. Yeah. But it's something that it's just been part of my journey, you know. And even now I'm retired now, it still happens now. It stopped as a footballer after my first year in the Premier League, and then it started to come back again. Once I became out of sight, out of mind, when I moved to Turkey, it came back in again.
Right.
But now I'm retired and in different things now. It's the same. No, like, I'm just real. I'm Real's brother, you know. And
Because I'm gonna go in past it, so I'm gonna ask you on a real. Because one thing for me, right, I love chatting about siblings. My older brother, my younger brother, them man, it's the three of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're different, but we're the same. So I love chatting to siblings, as in sisters, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it hits home. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask you on the real. Does it jar you, the constant comparison that when people want to chat to you, there may be an avenue that it's because you're Rio's brother?
yeah,
Okay.
massively.
Okay.
And that happens to me so much more now in business.
Okay.
People want to chat to me to get to Rio,
Right.
you know.
Right.
How
you deal with that?
It's difficult, man. Like, I got a big heart. I'm a loving, caring person, and I want to see everyone do well.
Right.
You know, and it affects me at times massively. It affects me deeply at times. But again, it's my journey. It's just, that's my life, and I have to embrace it. If I don't embrace it, then it could be the death of me.
So is it to that level where, not that you have to accept it, but you have to accept it because, Bobby, it's like fighting against the current. You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
So when did that shift? When did that mindset be like, fuck it, for fuck? Yeah, man, just see me as Rio brother. I've got my core that see me as Anton, but the world sees me. When was that moment that you just said to say fuck it and give into it?
I still find it hard to do that. It depends what it is and who it is.
Right.
I still find it hard. If it's people that's a bit closer to me, or I've spent some time with you, it still kills me.
Right.
It still affects me deeply. But if it's people I've just met, it doesn't. It's easier to detach. But when it's people that I've spent time with, or they've been genuinely cool, and then they drop the act and it slowly comes out, then it affects me deeply, you know, and I find it very, very difficult. The difference is, see, when I play football, I was in control of my own destiny. Yeah, and it's my talent. When you retire and you're no longer a footballer and you're finding your way,
Right.
that's when it becomes difficult, because you're vulnerable. You know, and I found it so difficult, so hard. But things have happened to me in my career that I'm sure we'll touch on, that'll help create the person, you know, and the resilience in me always prevails. Like, I have that mentality that no matter what, it might affect me inside, it might affect me in my house and how I am behind closed doors. But you see, when I'm outside, people aren't going to see that in me.
Right.
It's impossible. They can't.
You know what? And this is, because I was thinking, like I said, the whole brother thing is like, my brothers are, when I mean they're my identity, I don't go nowhere without my brother. Like, I'm trying to see if my brother's here. See? My brother's here. I don't go nowhere without my brother, right? And I always say it like this, right? Your siblings are your first competitors. In-house, it doesn't matter. You're competitive with them. You know what I'm saying? Then, and for people that don't understand it, people will get that. It doesn't matter, like, if they went to school before them, you're just so-and-so's younger, but it's just so-and-so's younger sister. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a competitor. My older brother was my competitor. I wanted to be better than him. I wanted to be, okay, if I can close the gap on my brother. And it's exactly, oh, yeah, he's little brother. That's what it is. But to then have a person who the world sees and then puts you in that bubble, to then be like, okay, not only on the pitch, off the pitch to find your identity, your individual identity. I think that is so hard. Excuse me. I think that is so hard. And when you was touching on me there, and I felt it, that you're like, yo, to not know to certain people if they're around you for you. And I just, did that bring any, between you and your broski, right? Did that bring, because of course you'll know there's certain elements that because you're his brother, shit, certain doors are open. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you have, resentment's a strong word, but you know, what did that have between you and broski? Because it was always, it's not his fault that they're always comparing. How did you see broski?
As my hero, man.
Less.
He's my hero. He's the person I looked up to. He would never have said it. Like, deep down, like me making it as a footballer, he would have been so proud of that.
Yeah.
You know? But he was off trying to be the best.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like, you want to be a footballer, you have to be selfish.
Yes, you do.
I respect that because I understand it and I know it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's also the reason why I do what I do now in terms of mentorship. Yeah? Having somebody when growing up, when you're trying to emulate them, having them near, you can speak to them, you can touch them, played a massive part in why I was able to do it, which is why I love to mentor now.
Right.
I like to be relevant to these kids that are trying to become footballers or trying to do something in life.
Yeah.
Because when you can speak to someone, you can touch someone and they're near, it gives you that confidence to do it.
Yeah.
Like the conversation on the estate was all, or in school, it's hard to get out of here. But I was close to somebody that was doing it.
That was doing it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
for me, there was no boundaries because if he can, so can I.
Yeah, man. Break down in boundaries. And I listen, that visual representation of that you can achieve, it brings that dream so closer to home. Like, nah, man,
It just so happened that it was my brother.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had our family. We're a close knit family in the basis of, son. I was brought up to understand and know I was a good player in my own right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no matter what people think outside of the four walls of our flat in Peckham, what people say in here matters.
Yeah.
Not outside.
Wicked message.
Yeah?
Wicked message.
Which is why I was able to deal with it from an early age.
Yeah.
And West Ham adopted that in terms of the coaching staff in my young age. They adopted all of that, which was a great help, and why I feel so indebted to the football club and why I love the football club so much, not just as a fan, but it's just in me, is because without them, I always say it, my mum and dad laid the foundations. My mum, my dad, my estate, my friendship group laid the foundations. Football, West Ham, nurtured it.
Because I love this, because it seamlessly takes me on to West Ham. Created some serious ballers, and you touched on it loosely, but what made that environment, what made the environment so good that it nurtured the serious ballers as yourself?
In Tony Carr, who was the head of academy, who produced a lot of the players that have come through, a lot of the players who come through to play for England,
right.
He got everyone ready for West Ham, for West Ham's fan base, for Upton Park. And in their mind, if you're ready for that, you're ready for anywhere. But if you're ready for that, you're ready for life.
Yeah.
So they were about creating people, not just footballers.
Yeah.
You know? But he understood how to deal with different characters. He knew what he had to do with me to get me to a place where I was ready. And I had it hard. And I say I had it a lot harder than a lot of other people for the simple fact of being Rio's brother.
Okay.
Now, Rio and being a West Ham fan was probably a bit detrimental to me on the basis that Rio is the only person who's ever been compared to the great late Bobby Moore, who is the football club.
Right.
Yeah? And I'm compared to the person who's been compared to that.
Sorry, I get it.
It's mad.
I get it. I get it.
And I'm not
yeah.
saying I was being compared
I
to Bobby, because I
know,
wasn't.
I get it. Yeah.
But the pressure intensified.
Yeah.
You know? But Tony Carr, Paul Heffer, Kevin Keane, Roger Cross, and then Glenn Roeder, who ended up being the first team manager who gave him my opportunity.
Right.
They all knew what to do with me. They knew when to be hard on me. They knew that my road to becoming a footballer was going to be difficult, and they all played significant parts in it at different times.
Yeah.
And some of it was tough love. Like,
What sort of character was you as a person on the football pitch? Chilled, loud, aggressive?
I was loud.
Okay.
I was.
So you walk into a changing room at 14, man, straight away, them know your energy and presence. That's what you. Okay.
I was the life and soul of the party.
Okay.
Like, I went to training to enjoy,
right,
but to be serious on the pitch.
Yeah.
You
Good
know,
balance, man.
in the training ground, you heard me before you saw me.
Yeah. We the same.
Yeah.
Man. We the same. Yeah, man. Yeah, we the same.
But I was there to learn. I was there to do a job, and so I knew when I got YTS. So I shouldn't have got a YTS. I shouldn't have, because I was going through growing pains. Yeah.
Okay.
From 14 to 16.
The Osgoods on the knee.
Osgoods, everything.
Real ballers had Osgoods.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I was terrible, man. Like, so bad. And the only way to describe it is, you know, like a golfer, they get measured up with their clubs.
Yeah.
If you, all of a sudden, they get used to them clubs, all of a sudden you give them a longer club, they're going to scuff the floor. You give them a shorter club, they're going to top the ball.
All right.
It's like that with our legs when we're playing.
Grind. Yeah.
Because we're so used to that technique.
Yeah.
But it changes when you grow.
When you grow. Yeah.
Plus the pain that you're under anyway. Yeah. So I was the worst. So I shouldn't have got. There's another defender who didn't get a YTS and I got it. But the reason why I got the YTS is because they had seen Rio come through a growth spurt.
Okay.
So it was like, to them, if we've seen Rio and look what Rio become, we'd be stupid not to see Anton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you know that back then?
Yes.
So you knew that back then?
But that's the one time where having Rio as my brother really benefited me properly.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Gave me the opportunity.
Right.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm not stupid. Okay, I may get opportunities because I'm Rio's brother.
Okay, yeah.
But there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that.
100%.
But I'll tell you one thing, I better be ready for them.
Right.
Because if I get an opportunity because I'm Rio's brother, I'm only getting one. Whereas others might get 3, 4, 5, I'm getting one. Because my truth in how I lived as a footballer in them younger years, and even when I got into the first team, people would give me 10 minutes to
compare you
to see if I'd done something I like and me to Rio.
Right.
If I didn't do something I like and me to Rio, I was rubbish.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's one chance I'm getting, you know, and I knew that every time I stepped on the pitch. I remember being 9, 10 years old, I'm going to get a football that's run off the pitch, and I'm hearing parents of some of my teammates, parents from the opposing team, God, he'll never be as good as Rio. He's rubbish.
What the fuck? Wait, see, for me, it's, brother, that's, what does that do to you, brother? For me, this is what I'm hearing, and I understand. So we're parking Rio. Rio's on his own trajectory. He's on his own path. And by default, you're his younger brother. And hearing this, for me, I'm listening. I'm trying to put it. I'm thinking, not how did it not break you, but at such a young age, brother, you got resilient, or you had to get resilient real quick.
I had to. And it happens now. If Rio does something, I feel the effect of it. Like, even little things like on Twitter, on X, or on social media, if Rio says something about West Ham, Who gets the brunt of it from the West Ham fans? Me. I get it. If he's not positive about West Ham and he's paid to do a job, to be balanced and talk about football, and that's his opinion, I get the brunt of it. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just how it is.
That's just how it is.
But my resilience come early, but it come because, again, the messaging. We don't care about what people think outside of the people in our flat, and add my cousins to that, add my brethren to that.
Your support system.
My support system was different.
It was different.
It was different.
It was, yeah, man.
I'm indebted to it.
Salute.
I'm indebted to it. My support system. It don't mean that it didn't affect me. It don't mean that.
How did it? Just because my take is right, because I'm empathizing, because I didn't go through the whole having a sibling to compare to or a family name to compare to, and I'm hearing, and the reason why I salute, because I think just normal individuals to try and make it and achieve what you achieved in the game is hard in itself.
Yeah.
So I just salute to you on that. And this is not where I'm here and it's a violins thing. It's not. It's genuinely, I'm like, brother, it was a lot. And of course, you touched on it. You're like, listen, I get it. There's some elements where shit, it benefited me. Oh shit, that's Rio Ferdinand's brother. So by default, sometimes I get the positive aspect, but in regards to just naturally, we compare.
100%. It's natural.
You know what I'm saying? It's a natural thing, and having that is a big weight to be able to that you've come through and achieved what you achieved, and that's why I'm just like, I'm still at this point, and I'm here, and I'm like, yo, like Anton, man, like salute in regards to what you overcame.
But you hit it on the head. It's natural to compare.
Right.
If it's not natural to compare, it probably affect me deeper.
Okay.
But it's natural to compare.
So you're just logical. You're logical at how you've looked at it. Okay.
I'm logical. They're gonna compare me no matter what.
Right.
Like, that's just being born a Ferdinand, and he happened to be my brother. He happened to be the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's natural. Like, people are just gonna naturally compare you.
I feel you.
It is.
I feel you.
Like, so I can't control what their thought process is. So what's the point in thinking? But again, it always goes back to what people think outside of.
You know, even
doesn't matter.
Even this, right? And it's such a natural. At the moment now, what we've been chatting half an hour, your brother's been 50% of the conversation, and this is not, and this is your flowers, and so it's as natural as this conversation is, and you know, brother, you're Anton to man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, but I can so get when somebody has been such a force in the industry that we're in, and even beyond, still a force, that it monopolizes the conversation and life. So just in that, I'm like, shit. But we've just got to West Ham Academy, yet still it's been about your brother. So look, again, like you said, we're logical in it, and it's synonymous. You know what I'm saying? The Ferdinand Name synonymous. It's just, I could just see how naturally it
happens.
Yeah, man.
It happens.
Yeah. So let's talk about West Ham. So West Ham, when you got scholarship and that, was that the first time you kind of got into a little bit of money where financially you're like, oh snap, like I'm earning my own money? And did you see it with other young players where it's like, okay, we're not playing for fun, like we're getting a bit of money?
Yeah, definitely. When you're earning the state and and all of a sudden you're earning your own bread, like, it's different, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm earning bread doing what I love doing, where my brethren ain't enjoying what he's doing, or he's at college and he ain't earning, or she ain't earning no bread, or they're earning bread doing something they actually hate, but I'm not doing that. Like, it's mad, and I think that's another reason why I work so hard, you know that, because I always go back to my debut when I made a mistake in the first 2 minutes of the game. My debut live on Sky, Preston North End away, the year that we went down. So we were the big fish in the championship. Yeah.
Okay.
David James in goal, Defoe's playing, Carrick's playing. You know what I mean? Some big hitters are playing in that game. But again, that logic of people are going to compare me came in. So I'm playing right back and a ball gets whipped in. And I'm going, okay, composure, innit?
Yeah,
It's one of the traits, composure, Rolls Royce, cool, calm and collected, yeah? Let me show a bit of that. So I'm chilling, ball's coming, I'm chilling, but I didn't check my shoulder. I let the ball run, left winger Eddie Lewis, American guy, come tap the ball in. Right here behind the goal, West Ham, this ain't no Ferdinand, ain't shit. Hearing David James, you shouldn't even fucking be here. Like, getting hammered. I'm walking back to my position, I'm going, wow, like, is this what football's about, yeah?
Right.
And then something in me just switched. And my mind just went from feeling sorry for myself to, you ain't worked this hard to get to this point, to start sinking.
Right.
Yeah? And there's people that should be here in front of you that ain't, i.e. your brethren you grew up with.
Right.
Yeah? So Anton, you're representing them and you're representing your family. So what are you going to do? Are you going to start swimming or are you going to sink? And my mind just flipped. But it goes back to what you're saying. Like, my brethren and people that I grew up with had such a big impact on me that if I'd done wrong, I felt like I was letting them down.
Right.
It's the fear factor.
Yeah.
It is the fear of letting people down.
Yeah.
You know? And wherever I've been successful, that's been my mindset. It has been every manager that I've played under. If I fear letting them down, they get the best of me. But for them to get the best of me like that, for me to fear letting them down, they've got to understand me as a person.
Yeah.
They have to come and know me as a person. Not Anton the footballer, not Anton Rio's brother. Who's Anton?
Who's Anton?
And the ones who know Anton get the best of me. Yeah, because I will fully open up for you. Yeah?
I hear it, man.
And there's only been what? In my professional career, Alan Pardew. Started with Roy Keane, but I only had him for 3.5 months, but he connected with me differently. Neil Warnock.
These are all man managers that...
Phil Brown.
Man managers.
Yeah. They're the only 4, you know.
That's connected with you
that
as
connected
a person.
with me as a person. The rest of them, I had issues with. I didn't, to be fair, say that I didn't have no issues with Mark Hughes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Mark Hughes is a top manager. I never went on the pitch not knowing what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, he left no stone unturned.
Right.
But I think having Kevin Keane, who was my coach as a kid and was my reserve team player manager, he played right wing, I played right back, and he, like, one time I didn't stop a cross and he hammered me.
Right.
Like, having him on his coaching staff helped him a lot with me.
Right.
Because the respect levels are just there because my man's in the building.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get that.
But other than that, the rest of them, Steve Bruce, they don't get on with him.
No.
There was a personal issue. I don't know. I still don't know to this day what it was. Alan Kirbishley, didn't get on with him at West Ham. But Alan Kirbishley, I respect him.
Okay.
And the reason why I respect him is because although it felt like he didn't like me as a person, he still played me because he knew I was a good player.
Okay.
Yeah, so I respect that.
So you can respect that.
Where I've had managers who maybe don't like me as a person, but I've taken it out of my football.
Right. Okay. I'll get that.
Do you know what I mean?
No, listen,
But
I understand
all of them ones are the ones who didn't get to know me as a person.
Right. I mean, listen, I'll say the same. I've caught up with managers who they don't like the way I move. But to be fair, I'd say I was lucky enough that even if they took me out of the team, a striker can always get a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? And the EFL, that league was, generally I was at teams that needed to play that whole back to front football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm with you with that. When there's a manager that you just like, you don't check for me as a person, cool. I won't disrespect you. Don't disrespect me. We can do a job. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So big up Kerbersley for knowing that. Look, we don't get on, but football's football.
And when I see him now, it's amicable.
Right.
I respect him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we may not get on, but I respect him.
Was it always West Ham? Was it always West Ham that you supported? And then also, is it much harder? So like you said, you heard the fans say that because you support the team, like that wasn't added, like, fuck, man.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult. Hearing, I used to sit with them to watch Rio. I'm a West Ham fan. I'm sitting with you guys, and now I'm hearing what I've never wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Like, it was massive. Like, it was big for me, man. But they gave me a chance. They're the only people. So when I say I get one chance, they gave me chances.
They gave you chances.
I never went on loan, which made it even harder for me. I think when you look at everyone who's come through, there's only me and Declan who ain't been on loan, that had a career in the game. It's only me and Declan Rice that never went on loan.
What's that feeling like? So, what's that feeling like? Because West Ham's academy, like we touched on it, got some ballers. You mentioned Declan Rice. He's about to win the Premier League. Oh, my pain. Anyway. No, but what's that feeling like when you're like, oh shit, like, nah, man, I'm forging my way now. So even though there may be the cloud, I'm forging. What's that feeling like?
It's unbelievable. Like, but growing up in a family who had been through it before, I knew certain things that others didn't.
Okay.
Like, I didn't consider myself a first team player until I played over 50 games.
Oh.
I was not a first team player until I played over 50 games, and it was
Where did that come from? Where did that standard come from? Because I was a first team player from when I trained with
my
them.
dad, my brother.
Yeah.
That's where it came from.
So first team, first game, first fight, you're like, boom, this is...
But my friends, my cousins, my friend, they adopted the same thing.
Right.
So they made sure it was always on. You ain't playing football. You ain't a footballer, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like an actual West Ham player until I achieved something. So when we got promoted back into the Premier League, it was only after that I felt like a West Ham player.
Okay.
I was like, I feel like a proper West Ham player now because I've achieved something.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before that, I just felt like I was just playing.
Tell me what it's like, right, from academy football to championship football, then Premier League. What's the jump like? Like, what's that first thing that you can remember? Fuck, shit. Like, academy was academy. Not saying it was easy, whatever yours, but tell me what that's like, because I didn't do that. So I'm always intrigued and curious about when that jump up from being around with the academy and then you're like, and I know the 50 game, I understand that, and I know the achievement for you personally was when you got promoted, but just that two processes, that year, then the next year in the Prem.
The intensity, the demand, the accountability, them three things going from youth team to first team, they're the biggest things.
Right.
Yeah. If you're not resilient, you can't go into that environment. It might be a bit different now, or it is a bit different now.
Right.
But the intensity, the demand, and what was the last one I said, sorry?
The accountability.
The accountability, is, if you can deal with them things in the step up, you got an opportunity, you got a chance.
Right. Of course, and we know you have to have a level of ability. So,
of course you do.
You know what I'm saying? But how important is dealing with those essences?
My son's 13. My son's 12, plays under 13s now, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I say to him? How far you go in this game determines on how well you deal with the setbacks.
Okay, 100%.
That's it. You have to have a level of ability.
Yeah.
But how you deal with setbacks determines how far you go.
How far you go.
Yeah? So with that, with me, them thingy, I always say to kids now, or young players or young professionals, it's not your ability that gets you in the first team.
Yeah.
It's your resilience. It's your accountability. And are you trustworthy? If a manager can trust you, you got a chance of playing. The manager, you have to have a level of ability.
We know that.
100%.
We know that. Yeah.
But if the manager can trust you, then you got a chance.
Yeah.
Because as we know, a manager's shelf life now is low. Yeah, it's not long, right? This is why you don't. This is why I think you don't see as many players coming through now. It's more the trust. Can I trust that you're going to go with your runner?
You're going to go with your runner. Yeah.
Is your man going to score? If I doubt that, I can't play you.
I can't play you.
It's impossible.
Too much to gamble now, especially with the shelf life of manager.
Everyone's looking at, right, can he do a Rabona? Can he do a skill? Right, he's a real. He's gone viral.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying to people, can your manager trust you?
Yeah.
So when you're doing them 7v7s or your keep ball, the person you're marking, are they getting a free hit on the ball? Are they scoring when they shouldn't? Are you making that tackle? Are you tracking back when it matters?
Yeah.
Are you willing to go through that pain barrier? Are you willing to be accountable for what you haven't done? That's what they're looking at. And that's what I'm looking at when I mentor to players. That's what I look at.
I hear that. Talk to me about the Great Escape. The Great Escape. Talk to me about the intensity of the dressing room. Talk to me about people who don't know what it was like when y'all accomplished the Great Escape.
The pressure was mad.
Who was the change room? Who was?
So me, Nigeria Coker, Bobby Zamora, Hayden Mullins, Marlon Harewood, Teddy
you had
Sheringham.
the man them.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the man
Lucas Neal was captain.
Okay.
Teddy Sheringham. Mark Noble was young, but he was in and around it.
Yeah.
And he was playing. Carlos Tevez, Mascherano.
Oh, so you had them there at the time.
We had our group was solid. Our group was solid.
How you end up?
Because our pre-season, Alan Pardew, we done a pre-season in Sweden. It was in the middle of a beer festival, and you can't take that. Yeah, just listen to the names I've just mentioned. You can't take them names and put us in the middle of a beer festival. Lord. It's impossible.
Say that.
We weren't fit enough.
Enough said. Okay, enough said.
The first year, what we done was we finished seventh in the Premier League and FA Cup final.
Right.
In the first year.
Right. And then second
year.
The beer festival.
We went beer festival.
I get it, cuz I see it. I see it.
Different.
I see it.
Like different. But if you look at, and this is the one thing that, if I would have loved to, if Pards was still managing now, I'd love to be a part of his coaching staff, man.
Why? What made Pards? Yeah, because you said what made.
He treated me like an adult.
Okay.
As a young man.
You was 22 around that time, yeah? About 22.
No, I was when we got promoted. I was 19.
Oh, so you're talking about. I was talking about the Great Escape.
The Great Escape. So the Great Escape, I was what, 21.
Okay.
I was 21 at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd love to be on. What I'm saying, I'd love to be on Alan Pardew. If he was managing now, I'd love to be part of his coaching staff. You know why? Because I would never let him relax.
Right.
If you look at everything that he's done in his career, and he's a wicked manager,
Yeah.
I don't know many people that go, I don't like him.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't like him as a coach. He's a good coach. Don't like him as a manager. Some people don't like his personality.
Yeah.
But coach, manager, like he was tops.
Okay.
But everywhere he went, he done well, then relaxed.
Okay.
You look at it. West Ham promoted. Premier League first year, exceptional. Nearly got relegated. Got the sack. Newcastle. Got them into Europe. Next year, terrible. Got the sack.
Right, he's on a relax.
Crystal Palace, FA Cup final. Lost it. Highest they finished in the Premier League around that time. Next year, rubbish.
I think because every second year he goes to a beer festival. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe
You
so.
know them ones, right?
Maybe
Arch,
so.
easy with the beer thing and that. You get me?
But like, I wouldn't let him relax.
How did you, 21, 22, with the names that you just spilled off there, Rob, how did you maneuver that, the changing room? How did you?
I was me.
Okay.
I never deferred away from Anton, the boy from Peckham. I never deferred. I never. One thing that I think, if anyone could say about, I'd never changed. In terms of like, from young, I was loud, life of the party. I wasn't loud just when I played well.
Right.
I was consistent.
It was you. Yeah, yeah.
I was consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there was jokes running, I was involved in it.
Right.
I was every club I've been at, I've been that same person.
Yeah.
But I spoke my mind. I always spoke my mind, like, and growing up on the estate, you have to.
You have to. Yeah.
You know, and if I didn't like something, I didn't care. I'd say it. Like, if if Teddy said something I didn't agree with it, Teddy's won everything. If I didn't agree with it, I said I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Alan Kirby's problem was with me. For someone so young to have such a big voice,
Right.
you couldn't comprehend it.
Right.
But the fan in me, especially at West Ham, the fan in me would come out in the dressing room.
Okay. So looking back at it now, would you say that the way you delivered certain things, you'd have been like, an older Anton would have said, look, you know what, chill, timing? Or are you looking back at it being like, look, fuck it, like, it is what it is. I was a fan, I was a player, and brother, take me how it is.
Knowing the way West Ham is, I wouldn't change anything.
Alright, so you know.
Do you know why? Because the fan in me played a part in us in the Great Escape. We played Charlton away, yeah? Got beat 4-0, relegated 6-point relegation battle. I erupted after the game, you know? Like, lost the plot for about 20 minutes. Like, with the manager, with the players.
Told me, so, you know, I just want to say this, right, because I know exactly, not to whatever level you're at, but I know exactly what's that like. Did exactly same thing. We played Brentford in the Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan Toney give us a whooping. I'm sure it was like, must have lost 6-3 or something. And I lost it. There's a few times I can remember losing it, punching shit and that. To the gaffer as well. Gaffer tried to be peacemaker, and I was like, this ain't the time for peacemaker. I think everybody needs to erupt. Explain just that then. For people that don't know, when a player's like, nah, man, but I'm a fan now. Do you know what I'm saying? Just explain that. Because I think that's what people, when they close their eyes, they want to be like, okay, shit, I get it.
Imagine you're in the change room and you can influence. Imagine being a fan who can influence what's going on. Every fan wants to have that influence. You have it from the stand, but every fan wishes they could go and play that game or be in the dressing room. When things are going well, people wish that as a fan they could go in the dressing room and go, you were shit.
Yeah.
I just happened to be in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as you know, football is an emotional game. It's highly emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you say things you think, shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Right.
But in these moments, especially when playing for West Ham, as I got older, I became a little bit more
diplomatic.
Diplomatic, and I thought before I spoke. Yeah, maybe not all the time, but in other clubs where I was in relegation battles, and listen, I've been in relegation, I've never been relegated.
Oh, say
no way in my career have I been relegated. Yeah?
I wish I could say that. Not me. Yeah, hella relegations. I actually should take that book.
But West Ham is where I was emotionally in the dressing room as a fan.
Okay.
Yeah, at the start. Sunderland, it was more just a job, but I took aspects of what we done at West Ham and brought it to Sunderland.
Right.
Yeah. And so on. Same with QPR. The exact same. You know? And then my last club at St Mirren, I brought that at 34.
Right.
But they were all different, but it all stemmed from the emotional side in West Ham. I just learned how to galvanise a team, galvanise players, make it a brotherhood. Make sure that when we go on the pitch, I'm gonna die for you.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Culture setter.
Like, I set the culture. I help. I did that.
Yeah, you helped set the culture. Because I know people.
I helped set cultures in these places.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
for instance, Lucas Neal taught me a lot as a captain. We'd go have a night out, have a few drinks, people start opening up, they start chatting. But what you don't defer away from is that we've got a job to do.
Cool. So, that's nice, because I was going to say, right, I was going to ask this question. How hard is it to, if it was, to stay focused? Now you've broken, you've got this responsibility, but then there's money, there's cars, there's parties, there's girls. How is it in regards, or how hard is it to stay focused in where you've touched on, yeah, we've got all this, but it's a job to do?
The minute I walk through the doors at West Ham.
Okay.
The minute I walk through the doors at West Ham, I'll come and have a joke. The minute I'm on the pitch, it's serious. We're working. You know, I went out too much as a youngster when playing for West Ham and Sunderland. I went out too much, which probably ended up catching up on me as I got older.
Where'd you go at? Sunderland and West Ham?
Yeah.
That's what you as well. Okay.
Yeah, and I went out quite a bit when I was at QPR, but not as much. But the other two, I went out far too much. My first year in the Premier League, when all of a sudden we're doing Saturday games, I was out Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Swear down.
But there was maybe 6-7 of us in that squad doing the same thing.
Was that when y'all were getting relegated?
The year after.
I'm not trying to put it on there, because
we've done it, but not as much as the first year.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's like all of a sudden that was paparazzi gate, like, and it was Sunday papers and it was more tabloid stuff.
Yeah.
But in London you could hide.
Yeah.
Because it's so big. Yeah. But then we started using nights out to galvanise.
Yeah.
But the difference was, now when you're going out, when you're winning, you never feel tired. When you're going out, when you're losing, you start to feel tired.
Right.
That's why I don't understand when people talk about teams that are going for leagues and stuff, when they, like Arsenal fans say, players look tired. You know, when you're winning,
you don't feel
you
tired.
never feel tired.
100%.
You don't feel no tired. See, when you lose, you feel tired.
Everything starts hurting.
Exactly. But when you're winning, you don't feel tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the second season, when it was the Great Escape, we went on a mad unbeaten run because we took things into our own hands.
Okay.
As a group. We know how to play football. Teams are just working harder than us. Yeah, and if we don't start working harder than teams, we're going to lose games. If you're not willing to work hard, there's a door. We don't want to see you again.
Right.
Lucas Neal, captain, we had a meeting, players only. Manager and his staff weren't allowed in there.
Yeah.
Tried to come in, the arm got put across.
Loved that, man.
Like, later.
I was massive on that, to be fair.
Like, it was like, listen, and you know why it was so good? Is what people don't understand. And you see young coaches out there, if you're listening to this, yeah, see, the best coaches don't give the group everything in the session. They have to work stuff out for themselves. You know why that's good? Because you see on the pitch, coach can't come with you.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you got to work stuff out for yourself. So we had a meeting, just players only. If you ain't working hard, there's the door. Don't come back. Lucas Neal's the captain. He's telling the manager, we no longer want you. You're not picking him no more.
Do you think that can still happen today? Would they not deem that as, don't get twisted?
It's a HR problem, that now.
Yeah.
Fact.
That right now, man, they would be calling that bullying. I think that is so important to be able to have team standards. Forget the manager, because you know, us man could chat. Gaffer come in all of a sudden, or team meeting, person saying what he thinks the gaffer wants to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it's just us, there's no, so our conversation's our conversation. So we can hold each other. I think that's so important.
Accountability.
Yeah, I think it's it.
But again, what does that breed into the culture of the dressing room? The fear factor to let people down. You know what I mean? It's the same way when Carlos Tevez and Mascherano came into training, come into West Ham, the training levels went up.
It just went up.
Went up 5-10%. Do you know why? Because the mindset, I want Carlos and Javier to get on their phone to their brethren in Argentina and go, right, you see that Anton, he can play, you know. He's a good player.
Yeah.
But it's the same way, the other way. I fear letting people down. I fear letting my teammates down.
Yeah. I get it. I hear it.
I done it. I let my teammates down. Goals are my fault. But it's how you come back from that.
Yeah. I hear that.
But it's all accountability. So when we're talking about changing rooms and youngsters coming through now, accountability is one of the most important things.
It's massive.
It's massive. You got to be willing to be accountable. But with that, it comes trust.
Let me ask you something, because you said you never got relegated. Contract-wise, right? Did you ever have a clause in your contract if you did get relegated, your money went halves? Or you meant not halves, but it went down? Because
No.
we didn't have that in League. Well, to be fair,
No.
we didn't have that in League One, League Two.
No. I did. My contract, my last contract at West Ham, I signed 3 contracts in 1 year. In the Championship, when we got in the Premier League. But because we'd been relegated before that, they'd put a relegation clause in my contract. That's the only one. Everywhere else, I didn't have.
So, because again,
No, QPR did. Sorry, QPR.
Because I didn't have it in the EFL. How much as a acknowledgement is that shit? If we get relegated and I'm here next season, but man's gonna have to budget because my money's gone down half.
I didn't look at that.
You don't know. So that's what I want to ask.
I didn't look at that. I more looked at the people in the office.
Okay.
The people, the chefs, the kit men and women, or women, the groundsmen, groundswomen. I look more at them. They may not have a job.
Right. Did you ever think that you would go down at that point of the Great Escape? Was there a point where you was like, shit, you know what?
No.
Nah.
I never. You know what? One thing I always learned: if you're going to do something, don't think you're going to fail at it.
Right.
Because the minute you think you're fail at it, you're gonna.
Okay.
You know. Like I never ever went into a game thinking we're going to lose. I never ever went into a game playing against Thierry Henry, Didier Drogba, these big players, Alan Shearer, thinking right they're going to score.
I confirm well. Okay, man. Sorry, we met once, but it's cool.
But you know what I mean. I never went into it. I never stood in a tunnel and thought, right, this Van Persie going to have me up today. Thierry Henry's going to have me up today. Never. I was always the other way. They're going to come off of it thinking, right, Anton's a player.
Yeah.
That was my mindset. I had to have that level of confidence, call it arrogance if you want, but a level of confidence because of what I was up against, being Rio's brother.
So, to be fair, I had
to.
So, you know, the team. So was you, when you looked around, like you know what I'm saying, you had your bond, your culture. Was that an element where you was just like, look, you know what, we're going to get out of this. So there was that individual one that you've got, but you're like me in regards where the culture setters, when you set a culture, then we can achieve anything that we set our mind to a degree. Do you know what I'm saying? Was that the same element? So you looked around the change and you was like, listen, we're not going to go down here.
Yeah, I think there would have been some lads in the group that were thinking, right, we're done. 100%.
Of course.
You get that everywhere.
You get that everywhere.
But even when we was going Old Trafford last game of the season, you know, when you go places and you think, right, I fancy us today. That was one of them moments.
Yeah, man.
That was just one of them moments. Oh, I fancy us today. Like, and a few of the boys said it. I think James Collins and Mark Noble were having a conversation. I think James said it to Nobes. I really fancy us today.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, why have you worked this so hard to get here to doubt?
Yeah.
We worked so hard to get ourselves in a position to get safe. Why are we doubting it now?
Right. What would you say is one of the biggest difference between your team and the current team? So both trying to survive. What would you say when you look at it and be like, you know what? I kind of see that.
I think we've got bigger characters.
Right. To be fair, I think that in the game.
I think that's in the game in general. It's not just West Ham. I think we were more connected to the fan base.
Okay.
Like you could see us, touch us, chat to us, where I bet it's the same in all, it's not just
Right.
West Ham,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
but yeah, it's
every,
everywhere now.
like, see like now at Anfield, the coach goes in and then no one sees you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. When the players go in or coaches go in, you don't walk through fans. Like they're up there, you're down here. Anfield's just different. You go inside and they can't see you. They can shout from up there, but it's not the same. Yeah, I'd say probably my team's probably the one team. So a lot of us are ambassadors now at the football club, and the fan base love our team.
Right.
Because we were so connected. But also we had players in our squad who understood more what it felt like to wear the West Ham shirt.
I get it. I
And
understand.
we knew what we needed to do to get the West Ham fans on side in a game early.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's massive. For
Like-
me, it's massive. It's massive.
Like the biggest cheer a week ago at London Stadium when we played Arsenal, when the game started to change, when Somerville had that tackle with Ben White.
yeah.
The place erupted.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, before that, it was Arsenal all over us. After that, the tide changed.
Yeah.
The fans got behind the lads, but we knew that whether it was Nigel tackle or carrying the ball up the pitch with intent, whether it was Marlon, Bobby, Tevez, whoever, Ashton, Colton Cole running someone down, running the defender down, whether it was a block from me or a aggressive header, like we knew we had to do something
to connect. Yeah.
to get the fans to go. You know what, we're gonna be behind them. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Like, and I think that's the biggest difference.
Right.
You know, I think that's the biggest difference. You know, and so it's difficult
Yeah.
because relegation battles are hard. They're hard emotionally, they're hard physically, because as I said before, when you're losing, you feel pain.
You feel pain. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's difficult. You feel tired. But evidently, you got a job to do.
You got to find a way.
And it's bigger than the changing room. There's people's livelihoods that are on the line. It's the fan base that come every week, that pay their money to come watch you. They want to see you stay up. We took that in, all of that in. I'm not saying this team now don't take it into consideration.
I know what you mean.
But we had all of that in the back of our mind.
Yeah, you had that on your shoulders.
Like Lucas Neal put something in place where every time we won a game, after Christmas, every time we won a game, you had to bring in £500 cash that if you was in the squad and you got a win bonus. That £500 cash was put together in a pot and it was dished out to the people that worked at the club that weren't on bonuses.
Wicked.
I asked him one time, like, why are we doing that? And I said, what do you think? Do you think our kit's going to be done properly? The pitches are going to be perfect. The food's going to be unbelievable. We need any admin work done. Everything's going to be done. It's going to run like clockwork in here now, because not that it wasn't before, but it's going to work like clockwork even more now because there's a monetary value on people that need it. There's no excuse for lads now. There's none. There's none now.
Big up, Skip. Big up.
Do you know what I mean? I took that Sunderland, I took that QPR.
Sick.
Like, it's important, man.
So BMO has teamed up with eToro to help you guys out on your journey. So if you're ready to get into the financial field and invest your own money, head to go.etoro.com/beast mode. Right now, when you deposit £200, you get an extra £50 to help kickstart your portfolio. What would you tell the younger Anton in regards to money management?
You have to afford something 3 times before you buy it.
What would you have done differently?
Hindsight is beautiful. I wish I would have educated myself more.
Okay.
From a younger age, to know what questions to ask financial advisors.
With the money in football, how easy would you say it is for young players to be responsible in money or do you think that there's still an element of the impulsiveness, impulsive, that's the word, impulsiveness?
I think it's harder now. I think the money in football's gone through the roof, but so have people's lifestyles. You know,
Yeah, I hear that.
like if you're on 100 grand a week, boys are living 100 grand a week lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think there's much difference.
Right.
It's just the level of the way they're living is different. Like when we was younger, it was Mercedes. Like if you got a Bentley, right, you've done it.
Yeah.
Now Bentley for a footballer is just like a standard thing. It's Bentleys and Rolls Royces. Do you know what I mean? The money's gone up, but the lifestyle and the way they'd live has gone up with it.
It's gone up with it.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like, so like, that's another thing that, to the question before, sorry. What would I wish I would have done? Every time I signed a new contract, I would have stayed living the same way I lived before.
Okay.
So whatever my outgoings on that contract would have stayed the same as what it was when I signed a new one.
Why do you think for yourself that it changed?
Football ego.
Okay.
You just, like I said, sometimes just because you can have it, you have. That's why it's the whole thing of gotta be able to afford it 3 times or more. You know.
Would there be an element of feeling like you want to fit in? So if you go into a new club and the car park is G-Wagons.
Yeah. You know, it's like in football. The ego, football ego is different to a lot of just to the normal male ego. Football ego is different, which is why in dressing rooms back in the day there were so many fights.
Yeah.
Because the ego is different. It is like a pack of wolves where people they're jostling to be the alpha.
Yeah, to be the number one.
Do you know what I mean? But it ain't just on the pitch, off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that as well. Like, that's just what happens. It's having that under control as quick as possible.
We're going to shift gears because I'm going to have to talk about something that obviously changed your life. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask that the situation, how deeply did that racist incident affect you? We have to chat about it.
Listen, I chat comfortably about it now.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that you go through things to share it, not to hold on to it.
No doubt.
Because there's learnings and there's comfort.
Right.
There's somebody else, sadly, there's somebody else going through the same thing that I went through, just not in the public domain.
Yeah.
So if they can hear what I've got to say and it helps them, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it happened, I didn't realise how much it affected me until I retired and done my documentary. I didn't understand the level of what's the word? The level of depression, the level of hurt, the level of darkness in my life. I didn't realise it until I started doing the documentary when I retired.
Okay, talk to me.
Because when you finish football, that's when you reflect. You never reflect while you're still playing.
100%.
So it didn't really. I knew I never played in the Premier League again until after that incident. So after the incident happened, I played in Premier League 13 times after that, whether that be a sub appearance or a start. 13 times, and I didn't move for another year. And no club in England would touch me, so I had to go Turkey. And the reason why, and I understand now why no club would touch me. It would never happen now, but in them days, back then, no club wanted to touch me on the basis of, if I go to a Premier League club, any time that I play against, that club plays against Chelsea, that club will have to talk about racism, and it was a taboo subject at that time, and people would tread on eggshells around it, so they didn't want to do it. So I was sacrificed, you know.
You know the maddest thing is I didn't know this shit. I didn't
So
know.
I had to move to Turkey. Yeah. It wasn't until on reflection when I retired that hit me. Like if you look at it, I just said to you, I've never been relegated. Are you telling me I've played 11 years in the Premier League and there's teams that have come up from the Championship or teams that are floating around the relegation zone couldn't do with someone like me? Of course they could. Roy Keane brought me into Sunderland to help stop them being a yo-yo club. I achieved that. QPR brought me from Sunderland to QPR when the first year in the Premier League, and my objective was help the club stay in the Premier League. I've done that. You mean I couldn't do that for somebody else? I've proven I can do it. But then you look at why. And my agent was told these reasons. Managers that know me wouldn't take me because of that.
So let me ask this question, because I'm hearing this now, and it's the craziest thing, Anton. I've known you for years, and I didn't know this. I did, of course, outside looking in, you get caught up.
Of course.
You get caught up and you're like, well, shit, X, Y, and Z, but then you don't understand the fallout.
The full extent.
Right? So how badly do you think football let you down?
Oh, massively. For anyone who knows me, yeah, from a kid, I didn't play football for money. I played football because I loved it, yeah. And football was my first love, yeah. After that, and after the way football dealt with me, I fell out of love with the game. It was the most heartbreaking thing, man. Like falling out of love with football was mad. All I ever wanted to do was play football, become a footballer. And all of a sudden, like, I still loved playing it, but I loved what football stood for.
Right. I get it.
Like, I was all of a sudden put into a box over there based on something that happened to me. Not because of my talent, not because of my footwork and what I'd done with a ball. I was put into a box based on something that happened to me. Like, that is mad.
For me, how can something happen to somebody, it get reported, and them being, however you want to, the victim, their life forever changes? It's mad because again, on God, I didn't know to this magnitude.
It's mad.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't comprehend that. It's my life now. It's my journey, and it's why I do what I do now.
Right.
But when you're in it, it's like as I said, it wasn't until I started reflecting, until I started doing documentary, I really started to understand the depth of the hurt, the depth of the trauma.
So during it, right? Let me ask this. So during it, how dark did it get, or did you just go into survival mode and just continue? So, dealing with the mental health.
Survival mode.
So you didn't. It was only afterwards that it.
I knew it was bad.
Right.
Like, remember, Twitter was just born then,
Right.
That incident, the first incident, that's like the first. So, I'm the first player to receive social media abuse, like in volume. Yeah, we're talking tens of thousands a day, like absolute madness, man. Yeah, like ridiculous. And people usually go to me, Anton, why do you look at your phone? We all understand that social media has been built to be a drug. It's like a drug.
Yeah,
it's addictive.
Yeah.
Like, and how we're built as people, as humans, we say if there's negatives, when you see negatives, you search for a positive. That's how we're built. That's what social media is. It's been built that way for it to condition us in that way, right? It might take me 40 minutes to find one positive. Like, I remember specifically one day, right? I was retweeting, some positives to Anton. We're behind you. West Ham fans, Sunderland fans, QPR fans. We're behind you, Anton. Like I was, then all of a sudden I saw a tweet. Why you're retweeting? Retweet this, you effing black so and so, JT Captain E the Legend. So I retweeted it. Yeah, and I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning. What? The madness around that tweet. 40 minutes. I'm looking for a positive. I find one. The endorphin ain't enough. I need more. Now I'm searching again for 40 minutes. I get to training, and this tells you about how football dealt with me. I get to training, I'm outside training, all of a sudden Neil Warnock comes out, Anton, get inside. I'm going, no, I'm training, leave me, I'm training. No, get inside now. You got to go and see the secretary. What have you done? I've done nothing. I go inside, man takes me to the training pitch. We're training, you know, mid-session. I go in, secretary, Caroline, she goes, you've got an email from the FA. If Anton don't delete the tweet that he retweeted this morning, you'll be getting fined a minimum of £25,000.
What? And what?
So I had to delete it.
I just want to land this right. Is this public knowledge?
It's public knowledge. Public knowledge. It's on my document. It's public knowledge. So I'm being silenced. I'm not allowed to talk. But all through this, he's talking.
So, okay. So now tell me this, right? So in your opinion, because I'm going to have mine, but this ain't for me to talk at this point, right? Why do you feel that's happening? Why are they putting JT on a pedestal and silencing you when you're the one that was wrong?
England captain.
All right.
You got to look at it like this. Let me put it like this for you. Rio was affected by it, just like I've always been affected.
This time,
because this time Rio's affected because
Right.
it's happening to me.
Right.
Yeah, Rio never played for England again after. And Rio's England's best ever defender, in my opinion. Yeah.
What, Rio never played for England after this incident?
No.
Wait. Oh, to be fair,
they picked. So Rio, like you know, is football. I may not get on with you, but if we're playing together, we're playing together.
We're playing together. Yeah.
This is what it is. Didn't even get that opportunity. Didn't even have that conversation. He was in the next squad, Rio wasn't. Yeah? So let me put it to you like this. Because Rio's affected by default of being my brother, yeah?
Right.
Let's look at Rio and JT. Around that time, they're about level. Never playing wise, in my opinion, but in terms of stature in the game, they're both going for Premier League titles. Rio's winning more than him at that time. JT's England captain, Rio's vice captain. Yeah? So we put it all together, they're on par.
Yeah.
Yeah? What's the only difference?
Yeah. Rio's black.
It's the only difference. The only difference. One felt powerful, one felt powerless.
You know, because it was always going to be the deepest and for some people. And you know, the thing is, I don't even think it's a controversial. This is a factual conversation to have when something happened. JT apologised.
No, but it's neither here nor there. He can't apologise. Because if he apologises, then it makes the whole court case a fraud. Because and this is what it is. I never got found guilty in the court of law, so I've not done it.
Okay.
It's perjury. If he apologises, perjury.
Okay.
He can't. But I asked him to be on my documentary, by the way.
Yeah. So I just want to, because I always try and be as real. So
of course.
In regards to, so just remind me, because I can't. So he's always stated that he never said this. It's because this is the point.
He stated that he used the word, but he was replying to me.
Okay.
Because I was saying, did you call me a fucking black?
Oh, and then he's
going, no, I didn't call you a fucking black.
Oh, okay.
But if you look at it all,
yeah. Okay, yeah, I know that bit. I just wanted to know. I just want to know the aftermath. So I know the big.
Yes.
I just didn't want to.
So he's saying that he said it, but he was just replying to me.
He was replying back to you. That's what he was saying. Okay.
But if you know this, if you go through the transcript and it's out there for everyone, If you go through none of it makes sense.
Right.
But he's living on this, I got a not guilty, so it's cool.
Right.
But like for me, like, as I said, I asked him to be on my documentary, right?
Okay.
And the reason being, I didn't want it to be a me versus him situation.
Yeah, okay, yep.
I'm bigger than that. Yeah? I wanted to understand how we felt football dealt with him.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you how I felt football dealt with me.
Right.
Yeah? But if he talks about how he felt football dealt with him, and I speak about how football dealt with me, that's a beautiful thing.
There's
on the
a common
basis,
denominator of differences where
100%. But
Okay.
also, you know what that does? It educates football how not to deal with that situation again.
100%.
Why is it now, whenever because there's been incidents that have happened, they're dealing with it the same way, which causes trauma. And I've expressed this. But if he talks about from his point of view, how he felt football was and how I felt football was from my point of view, you got something tangible that can help people. That's what I wanted. And I said this in the email to him. I don't want this to be about me versus you. Boom, boom, boom. He chose to decline. But then when I hear him talking like he's tried to contact me, he ain't done that. He ain't done that. So, but now, you know what I've learned? One of the biggest things I learned is you don't allow people to control your narrative.
Okay, yep.
But at that time, Twitter was new. I didn't understand Twitter. I didn't understand you can control your narrative by the tip of your fingers. However, I was being told I couldn't tweet. I can't speak. Because it's going to mess up the case. It's going to mess up the FA hearing. Not allowed. But I'm chatting. But I'm not. Whereas, see now, anytime you bring something up and I don't agree with it, or he's trying to, well, I'm straight on my phone. Ring me then. Chat to me. The last time I done it was he said something on Simon Jordan's podcast. And he said about he wants to make positive change, and he tried to contact me. I was like, no, you ain't. Ring me. You got my number. Ring me now. If you want to make positive change, ring me now. But if you want to do it properly, why don't we sit in front of live cameras, me and you, so there's nowhere to hide, and let's start by talking about the incident.
Do you think he ever will?
Never. He can't. It's impossible. He can't. But if that's the case, stop talking about it then. I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Let me ask a question, right? So how did your teammates, players, management deal with the situation? Was it an element of, we got a game under the carpet, let's move on, or what?
No, they were fully supportive, man.
Okay.
They were fully supportive. And whatever I wanted to do, they were fully behind it.
Okay.
You know, I can only go off my living experiences. Joey Bart was my captain at the time.
Don't check for him anyway, so.
Right? What you hear my man talking now, I don't agree with what my man says, all this stuff. But what I can say, you see in that moment with it, he was fully supportive with me, you know.
Swear down.
He was very, very good with me.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, it's your experience.
and that's my experience.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't check for that.
I don't condone what my
yeah,
man's
yeah,
on
yeah.
with now.
I get it. Trust me, I know what you're saying.
But with that, he was like, he backed me with that. Like, whatever I wanted to do, like, we're doing it. You know? And do you know what was mad? You know, everywhere I went, I got booed.
So, you know, because I was gonna go on to this, and I'm trying to break this down. And of course, don't get the game twisted, right? Mixed race, black brother, right? Dealt with racist abuse. So I can relate, right? If I pause that and just, when people are hearing this, right? And you listen, and we understand sometimes the human psyche where they'll go into defense mode. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't think there's an element here where you've bashed this conversation. It's been a conversation, right? And you've told and you've said your experiences. What for me jumps out to me is, so regardless of what, right? You've said something's happened, it's gone to court, and because you've called out something, the backlash to the person that it's happened to has been so severe. And
You have to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
You have to say
Alright,
allegedly.
yo, let me say allegedly. Don't come for me out here. It's
You
a
gotta say
conversation shit. It's allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Don't come. But what I'm trying to say is just on for me, it's the human side of it. It's so this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the human side of this in regards to, because you've come out and said it. I didn't even know about the booing thing everywhere, that your life got affected to the point where 13 games in the Premier League, but had to leave the country. Your brother never played for England again. And then that person seemed like they elevated. So because you said something, because you was like, look, this is what's happened, you got victimized for it. I'm just on a human level.
But I don't have victim
No,
mentality.
not you. I'm not talking about for
I
you.
can't have it.
Not for you. I'm talking about if you then start breaking down the actions of what happened, is the fact where you're like, so this is how life was. This happened, and it did that. So you're like, listen, I ride the punches, and I'm always going to be good. My support system will always allow me to be good. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm just talking about the people that.
By the way, also, what people don't realise, I probably missed out on maybe between £6 to £12 million worth of earnings as well.
See,
people don't even think about that. Never played in the Premier League again. Because I finished my career. I think I finished my career in the Premier League.
Does it make you bitter?
No.
How does it not?
Because it's my journey. Like it's my journey. I was put on this earth to have a journey, and you know what? Losing my mum done something to me. Like, it was difficult, but it done something to me where, like, you see, the second part of my life is always about helping people. I believe I went through things to help people. Why am I the first one to endure that level of abuse on social media? So if people go through it, anyone who gets abused, I message them, I'm here. You want to chat, I'm here. Casey Palm, I'm here. Lewis Hart, I'm here. If you want to chat, I'm here. What's the point in being bitter? There's no point in being bitter.
Of course, hindsight's a beautiful thing that we look. So what people don't clock, if that incident never happened, what do you feel like Anton's career would have been? Yours, I'm saying it like that. Like,
I think I finished my career in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You don't have some, like, look how many players that you've seen that go from one club to another because they're good at a certain thing.
Yeah.
Especially defenders, an older head, bringing experience to a newly promoted Premier League team. Like, there's no reason why I couldn't do that. Like I said, I've never been relegated.
Can I ask a question, right? Because you touched on it with your mums and that, right? And condolences and that. I just want to know that enlightenment bit where you looked at it and said, listen, I'm not bitter. When did that happen? Because of course, when it was raw, when you were still going through your career, emotions in you. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I sit here and I'm hearing it and I'm getting triggered because I had racist abuse, and when I remember it, I'm triggered. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm at a point where you are now, where I'm like, God put me through that journey to be able to have this conversation. So it's at the end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking, when did that enlightenment bit happen for you, where you're like, listen, for all the domino effects that happened through this journey, I'm like, God will answer God will give you your time. When did that enlightenment happen for you?
When my mum died.
That's when it happened.
When mum died, me and Rio sat at the chapel of rest. She was laying in between us. And I remember saying to Rio, Mum used to always say she was tired. And I was like, tongue in cheek, I never understood it. She ain't worked for 20 years. How's she tired? Like, then it just clicked. Like, she was mentally and emotionally tired because my family was known as, like, my mum helped everybody. Like, any issues that people had, they'd chat to my mum. Like, my mum helped everybody on the estate. Going through this problem. Let me see if I can help you. Come, let's chat. She was emotionally and mentally tired. Then it was like, and it just dawned on me. I was like, raw. And it was like, okay, she's no longer here now. What can we do to continue that legacy without talking about it? Which is why whatever you see me, you look at what Rio's doing, you look at what I do in the second half of our life, it's all about helping people. All of it is. You've been down to Ferdinand Collector, you've been down to the Flooded Cup. Ferdinand Flooded Cup. It's about giving back. This is all driven by my mum and my dad. We just celebrated, so it's my dad's, Ferdinand Collective is my dad's company, but we're celebrating him now why he's here. Never got to celebrate my mum why she was here. We celebrate why she's not here.
Yeah.
You get me?
No, I get it, man.
But it wasn't until she died and when then, like, a part of you dies with her, man. Like, a part of me just died with her, and you want to be more and more like her.
You know what? Throughout your journey, listen, I saluted you prior, that right at the beginning, you know, your mental fortitude to be able to go through and deal with certain things, right? Was there a point where you got to a point for yourself where you was like, listen, I need help with dealing with this mental side? When was that?
I had counselling while I was playing.
Okay.
You know what it is? When my mum died, it's the first time I felt like football couldn't help me.
Couldn't help you?
Couldn't help me.
Okay.
So, you know, like with football, anything you go through in life, football's your out.
Yeah.
It's the first time it wasn't, and I panicked. Panicked massively. And I was at Southend, the back end of my career, right? League One, like, respectfully, it was quite easy. Like, my first year I was on fire, but I found it quite easy. Then that summer my mum died. Then I went from being the best player to the worst player. And I was captain in the club. I remember a game, Rotherham away, yeah? And I went for the evening meal. I had some lasagna. I had salmon. I had vegetables. And I'm sitting there chatting. All of a sudden I just started vomiting. You know, out of nowhere. I went back to my room and I listened to my mum's tunes. I wanted comfort. I listened to my mum's tunes, some old reggae, some lovers rock tunes, yeah. I listened to my mum's tunes, yeah. I never recovered after that, man.
No.
Football was like, we lost 5-0 the next day. I was at fault for 4 out of 5 goals. I'm getting booed. Like, I'm club captain. Like, I just never recovered at Southend. Never recovered, man. And it was like, then I started having counselling.
Who asked you, who facilitated the counselling?
Simon Cox come to me one time at training at Boots and Laces, Southend, and he said, Anton, let's go for a walk. And he went like, you're not yourself, man. I know why, but I want to tell you I can see it and you need some help. And then the physio, Benji, got me help. And I started having counselling sessions. And it helped to an extent, but it didn't bring me back. And then Chris Powell comes in, and me and Chris Powell I consider he's like a family friend, like been on holiday. Like these are his words, not mine. Like my mum was like a big sister to his wife. And he come into Southend and we had a flipping big disagreement. I wasn't happy with the way that he treated me. Like, he took the armband off of me, like, but done it in a certain way that he thingy. Then he didn't want me at the football club, but didn't tell me properly. I found out that I was on the release, like on the list to be not released, but the list to
Transfer
go.
listed.
No, not transfer, but on the list that of players that he wants to go. I found out on Twitter.
Okay.
So I had a massive disagreement and just never flipping recovered. And then I went to St Mirren. It was only when I realised this might be the last time I'm playing in like big stadiums like Celtic Park, Ibrox, and Motherwell, Aberdeen, these big stadiums, iconic stadiums, I should say. That I was like, I need to make the most of this. And I got a bit of love back. But it was the bitterness and the change in me and I changed as a person when my mum died massively. But it wasn't until she died that, and when I retired and then done my documentary, I'll never ever forget the last scene that I'd done at Chadwell Heath after talking to the West Ham youth team players about it, and me saying, listen, if anything happens to you, I'm here. Because that's what it was all based around. Documentary based around helping people. I remember filming my last scene and I remember getting up. So I'm filming, sitting on like a little cart that you have for around the training ground and filming me. And he said, when I say cut, just get up and walk past me. And that's the last thingy. So I'm talking. What does it mean to come back to where it started, to be able to give this advice to the kids? And I'm answering the question and he goes, cut. And I get up and I walk. And I just didn't stop walking. And I was bawling my eyes out, looking at the sky, bawling, going, Mum, we've done it. Mum, we've done it. Like, what lifted off me was mad. Yeah, to the point, like, I never once done a documentary thinking that it would be therapeutic for me, but it ended up being therapy. Because I would start at 9 o'clock in the morning, finish at 7, 8 o'clock at night, filming, get home and I'll be sleeping before my head even hit the pillow because so much was coming off of me. But I'll never forget that moment in the last scene that I'd done when he said cut, and I never stopped walking. I kept coming out to come and running and get me. And I struggled with sleep for a while after Mum dying, you know, like battling with stuff subconsciously.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Trust me. Up there.
Like fighting with stuff subconsciously. But watching the first edit of my documentary allowed me to deal with stuff that was subconscious in my brain and bring it to the forefront and was able to deal with it. And the biggest thing that I used to fight with was I used to think my mum's not here because of me. I'm not stupid. I know it's not because of me, but the subconscious mind can play tricks on you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, because her first dealing with cancer was due to the stress of the case. And that she couldn't, the one time my mum couldn't help me. And she struggled with that. So I watched the first thingy, and that's what I used to struggle with. And I knew after that, like, my subconscious brain was telling me it was my fault why she's not here. And when I watched the therapy unfold through watching the first edit, it allowed me to understand certain things. And so I was able to deal with them. And I've slept fine ever since, which has been fantastic. But I think this is why I am the way that I am now. I think I don't take things for granted. I don't believe there's any benefit in me to be bitter. I lost out on a lot. I lost out on everything, I should say. Not a lot, I lost out on everything. But I'm here and I'm healthy, man. And it's given me a platform to help people.
You know, the maddest thing, see, I'm literally sitting down, I'm taking it in. And even when you said because I was thinking the documentary, that was therapy. That was a way for you to release mentally, physically, spiritually, that tension. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas, like you touched on, that however your mind wasn't ready subconsciously to take in the counselling at the time. So you was doing it, but wasn't believing to do it. So then when you done that, you was like, oh shit, no, this is, it made me think, you know, as footballers, and you'll know this more, but sometimes we can come in and have the world on our shoulders, and some of the gaffers, it would just be like, we got a game on Saturday, we got a game on Tuesday, let's just keep manoeuvring, right? And that's a lot. Do you think football's gotten better, or they're finally in a better position to try and deal with mental health?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think it's great because more players are talking about it, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
But what we're not talking about is why it's happening. If you want a solution, you got to talk about the why. Everyone talks about, it's like same with racism and discrimination. Same with discrimination in the game. We know because we're in it. Racism and discrimination is at top of the list of what football wants to eradicate from the game.
Yeah.
But the actions do not match the words that are being said.
Yeah, the level of the issue, the actions doesn't match the level of the issues. Yeah, we understand.
It's the same with mental health. Great, everyone's talking about it. It's got better. It's not better until it's gone.
Right.
But why are we not talking about why it's happening?
Let me ask, because you deal with young kids, right? Do you think young kids are struggling, dealing with mental health as social media? So we didn't have social media when we was young. So social media play in that. See, I always talk about social media. I think it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Do you think there's an element of that social media which is contributing to young players dealing with the mental side of the game?
100%. I always lived by and still live by, the only time I'm not working is when I'm in my house.
Okay.
The minute I step outside my house, I'm working because I'm representing me, my family. I represent West Ham because I'm an ambassador of the football club. Do you know what I mean? It's work. The minute you step outside your house, you're in the public view, it's work. See, now, you're working 24/7 because of social media.
Yeah.
How many people we see get in trouble because of social media?
Yeah.
But it's from their yard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's difficult. I think society now allows you to speak more, which is a help, but it's also taking away that resilience.
I feel you.
It's also taking away that resilience. I think kids ain't as resilient as they used to be.
No way. You know, we're fathers and we got kids same age, and we say we were chatting the other day. Yeah, man.
They're not as resilient as we had to be. But I think there's blessings and curses, like you say, to everything.
Yeah.
I think if football really wants to deal with it, it could. But they have to get to the bottom of the issues as to why. And football has a lot of the reasons why it's happening. Whether that be financial, whether that be pressure, whether that be knockbacks. Football can deal with all three of them things if it wants to.
Did you ever feel financial pressure from within your family to provide financially, as that being, because you're very much for the love, but we had then become fathers, husbands, and then their dependents. Did you feel a financial pressure to provide for your family? No,
never.
Okay.
Never. Rio might have.
Okay.
I didn't. If I had, then they had.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way that I've always been. And I was like that with my brethren, you know. But I was never under pressure from my mum and dad, like some kids are today.
Yeah.
Like, some kids today are like, this is what I'm saying, football can change this. Some kids today at 17, 18 are the breadwinners in their house.
Yeah.
Because they're on 20, 30 grand a week. So they're buying a house for their mum and dad that might be 800 grand, £1 million, to get injured, or they just don't fulfill their potential and they don't get another contract like that. Now they're going from 20, 30 grand to maybe 5 grand a week. But because you're footballers, you don't get a 30-year mortgage.
Yeah.
So your mortgage payments are high. Your mortgage payments are like 10 grand a month. But now you're on 5 grand a week, you can't afford the 10 grand a month plus being able to live. So then the parents are looking at the kid. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But if there was financial literacy put in place, they might be able to deal with it. I'm a firm believer, if football clubs are willing to give kids big money, you got to be willing to show them what to do with it.
100%, man. You got to show them responsibility of doing it. I'm with you on that.
But mental health issues, a lot of it stems from money problems, especially in footballers.
Yeah. Because to be fair, it comes with the identity of what a footballer is.
Let me tell you something. I'm playing in League One at Southend. We got a big game, we're trying to push for the playoffs. We got a big game. I'm chatting in the dressing room, what you lot on, man? Like, what are you doing to that big game tomorrow? I'm captain, I'm thinking, right, I hope man's chilling. One of the boys went, oh yeah, I'm out Ubering tonight. I went, excuse you? I ain't earned enough money this month for things that for things that I've got to pay for, so I've got to go and Uber.
It was League One.
League One. But because of the bravado and he's a professional footballer. Do you know what I mean? So they have things in their life that maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they're professional footballers.
They're keeping up with the Joneses thing.
But you see what it is. But that's a societal thing, and it's the pressure of social media. Is that no one don't look at the fact that the Premier League footballer or the League Two footballer, they're just a footballer. They've done it. Do you know what I mean?
No, listen, but I've had this conversation many times. So I'm letting you, because I've already speak on that. For me, I used to have price check at Wickham. So you couldn't come in an outfit that to be fair, and trainers included, you couldn't come in with an outfit that was over £300 from top to bottom. And that was, look, I'm not saying that you don't have it, but this ain't a fashion show. So everybody fits in. And the most things is the culture we're setting and what we're going to win. And plus, after a while, when you start realising that you still look the same when you're wearing a £100 outfit than when you try, hopefully it's that. So I'm massive, Badar, I am so massive on, listen, be comfortable in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask, because you said this, and you said when people have abuse or when people feel like they're going through something, your stance is you're there for them. You know what I'm saying? Be it Casey Palmer, Saha. What do you tell the younger players who are going through or dealing with abuse online? What's your advice to them?
My biggest thing is you're not alone. I felt so alone in them moments, man. Like, and I've spoken about how supportive my friend group is, and the support system and the support network I've got around me. I felt alone.
Okay.
And in that moment, is when you're alone, it's dark. Yeah. So just so they know that there's someone out here who understands. Don't just understands, but knows the feeling. Yeah. So I can chat to you different. Yeah. And I live my life now. In every negative, there must be a positive somewhere. You just got to be willing to find it.
Amen.
And when you found it, how can you action it? Just so happens to be that a lot of the things that I've been through ain't good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear it.
A lot of it's negative.
I hear it.
But if I stay in a negative state of mind, which sometimes I do, I'm not sitting there saying that I'm cool, because I'm not.
All the time.
Yes, but when something happens, that's where my positive comes from stuff that's happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm able to help. So that's why even things like social media abuse and the steps through with the police, I've gone through it all.
Okay.
so that when a player gets abused on social media, like a lot of players now go, why am I doing it for? Like they never get found guilty, and like we get interrogated. I've been through it, so I can say yes, no. This is what I done. This is how I dealt with it. This is what the questions that they asked. But also, I went through it to say to the police and say to the CPS, this is why boys don't come forward.
Yeah.
Like, let me try and educate you.
Yeah.
But I can now I like to talk from a living experience. If I'm mentoring, I don't have a degree in mentorship, but there's not many people that can mentor to a footballer better than me.
Yeah. But you're living, listen.
Because I've lived all of the emotions. I'm living proof of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm living proof of it. Like, I understand why Job is Job on the back of his shirt and not Bellingham. I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand it. Like, it's difficult. Your brother's a superstar. He's dealing with it well. I've got so much admiration for that family. So much admiration.
Shit, that's how, yeah, man.
It's mad. I've got so much admiration for that family. It's unreal. I don't know them, but I love them from afar.
From afar.
I love that family from afar.
And I guarantee they'll be saying the same. They'll be saying, you see how, especially Job, because Job will clock more, you relate. And also Bellingham will be able to see Rio and how y'all maneuvered together. So I get it. Let me ask this question though, because while you was talking, right? Throughout your career, because you say you deal with negativity, and I just take your story as but a success, because I do believe the trials and tribulations you've gone through and how you've come out, and even how you're talking, like your whole essence has changed, as in it's evolved and it's adapted into regards to saying, look, for me, the biggest sin where it seems like it's coming off is if you changed, if they was able to allow all this negativity to seep into you, and they haven't. So I sit here and I hear the negativity.
It's not even just about stuff like that. I was like that as a footballer.
Right.
So Steve Bruce banished me from training ground. We had a massive argument. Public knowledge. Don't need to get into it. It's public knowledge.
Sorry. I was about to say, but I don't know this. Listen, I don't know info. You're gonna have to tell, man.
Okay, so it was in the papers up there that I was leaving and going to
where was this? Where was
Sunderland?
All right, Sunderland.
Going to like either Inter Milan or Sampdoria, one of these teams.
And big clubs there and there. Yeah, I say nothing.
So the club knew, but the club hadn't told the manager.
Okay.
Yeah, but the club had said to me about it. And I'd played every pre-season game. But in the last one, the second to last one, we had played Leicester at the King Power, and I'd felt my hamstring. I'd been captain through the whole of the pre-season, you know. And we're playing Hoffenheim away the week before the season starts. I hadn't ran all week, you know.
Okay.
I still had pain, but it was in the papers. We were playing on Saturday, and we were flying on the Saturday. This is the Friday, in the papers on the Friday. It come in the papers again. So the physio come in. He went, right, what we're going to do, I'm going to run you today, run you hard today, make sure that you're all right for tomorrow. I'm sitting there thinking, right, like, I ain't done nothing all week. I ain't been on the pitch all week. The season starts next week. I'm fit enough because I've played every pre-season game.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather be fit for the season, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I missed one, play the next 10.
Yeah.
In my mindset. And I went like, I said, is it wise that we do that? Obviously, like, I need to like look after myself. He took it as I'm saying, I need to look after myself for a move.
Right. Okay.
But I said, no problem. I'll go outside. Like, in my head, I'm going, I'll go outside, do one run, go there, it's hurting, and walk in. I'm just going to play the game. Yeah. So I said, all right, cool, I'll go and warm up. I went to the manager and said, Anton's talking about he needs to save himself. It must be because of him moving. Yeah. So I'm in the gym and I'm turning over on the bike. The assistant manager comes in, Anton, why don't you want to play tomorrow? What do you mean, why don't you want to play tomorrow? He went, what's this about you going to Italy? I said, well, he went, is it true? I went, well, the club know about it. He went, well, the manager don't know about it. I went, well, it's not my issue. I'm the player. Like, it's not my issue. Like, thingy. He went, that's not the reason why you don't want to play tomorrow. I said, no. I said, if you knew me, you wouldn't even ask me that question.
Yeah.
I said, let me put this to you. Would you rather me be fit for tomorrow or fit for the start of the season? He said, the start of the season. I said, that's the reason. There's the answer.
That's the answer.
And okay, no problem. Walked out. Steve Bruce walks in. My man let me have it, bruv.
Swear down.
Like, what's this about you leaving? He went, I don't know about it. He went, then my man went, who's gonna want you? Who's gonna want you with your mentality? And it's the worst thing you can do is question my mentality. It's the worst thing you can do to me.
Yeah.
I lost the plot a bit. Yeah, we started arguing. My man banished me out of the club. I was in London for 2 weeks, you know.
But when a man banished you out of the club, because I always hear this, I ain't never been banished. I ain't never been told to train with kids. None of that.
I've had all of that, bro.
So when a man said banished, so he says, what? Don't you come back to the training ground again?
How much do you want to leave this club? What he said to me. How much do you want to leave this club? What do you want? 500 grand? He went, I'll sign that check myself.
Oh, he flexed it like that.
So then I went, I thought like cheeky. So I said, I'll be cheeky too. I went, Gaffer, we both know I'm on a bit more than that. So if you up it, I might think about it, is what I said to him, you know? And he was like, get out of my club, get out. Like, so I left, and I spoke to the chairman, said this. I went back to London. I was in London for 2 weeks, but I kept training. I was in the gym every day, stayed fit. Then I came back up, and I was training with the youth team and the reserves. Yeah, I had changing by myself down the other end.
And you was club captain.
No, I wasn't club captain, but I was prime.
Oh.
I was I was like the main centre back at the time. But you see, when I'm talking about like my mind, where I was talking about resilience, and I don't look for the positive just out of negative situations and why I am the way that I am. My mindset in that moment was, see, Steve Bruce, he's never ever going to be able to go anywhere and say, I'm mentally broke, Anton.
Right, I hear you.
That was my driver.
I hear you.
I always have to have a why. If I don't have a why, there's no point in me doing it. And that's for me in life. If there's no why, there's no point in me doing it.
There's no point you doing it.
So like I'm like, yo, listen, if my man can go to his mates or have like be round the dinner table and be going, I broke Anton, mentally I finished him, that would eat me up.
Right, I'll get you.
And I was like, one thing you ain't gonna be able to say is Anton doesn't have a good attitude. He don't work hard, even though he done this to me and was ringing clubs and saying what X, Y, Z. But he could never ever go around and say I broke Anton mentally. And that was my driver. And that's what I'm just like in general. I was like that before. I'm just like it even more now with a lot of the stuff that's happened to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the equivalent of what
that's your makeup.
Happened to me. That's what's happened to me throughout my career. It's made me be like this.
Yeah. In your career, what period of your career do you think you was most underrated? What club? But I assume that. Where do you think you was most underrated?
Ooh, I wasn't underrated at West Ham, man, because the West Ham fans
checked for you.
They checked for me and got to know. Sunderland, maybe. I think Sunderland maybe. I think QPR saw a good part of me in that year we stayed up.
Yeah.
Sunderland, maybe I was probably most underrated.
What club where you felt like everything just clicked?
West Ham, man.
Yeah.
West Ham. West Ham was my favourite
period.
But also, do you know where I loved? Bursaspor in Turkey. My first for the loan that I had for 6 months.
Who did you loan from?
From QPR.
Okay.
So I went on loan because no club wanted me. I went on loan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel
and then in that summer, where I was on loan, I loved playing football, but I loved what football stood for. But I was out of the country.
Yeah.
So I wasn't dealing with the bullshit. Yeah. But I was treated properly over there.
Okay.
Like the Bursaspor fans were brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Like
Turkish fans are meant to be hella passionate in that, yeah?
I've never seen anything like it.
But I hear
But
it.
do you know what I like about them though? See, if you're with your family, they leave you alone.
They
you know?
leave you alone.
The culture's like different. They leave you alone. If you're not with your family, they are fanatical. But you see, if you're with your family, they respect it,
Yeah.
which I loved. But like West Ham and Bursaspor were probably the two places where I felt most valued, and probably enjoyed it the most.
How would Anton deal with the modern game? So right now, if you was playing in a modern game, how do you think you would fare?
I think I'm being spoke about a lot higher than I was when I played. I think the game suits me a lot more better now.
Yeah.
My strengths were with the ball,
Right.
and you get the ball in the box off your goalkeeper with no pressure.
Yeah, it's
Whereas
true.
I'm retrieving the ball on the corner of the box with pressure and having to make quicker decisions. I think a lot of teams play one up front. I was used to playing 1v1 for 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? And
Touching on that, because you mentioned it. I remember one time, I just let you just chat. You mentioned the man names that you was in the change in the tunnel with. So you said the Drogbas, you said the Henrys, you said the Van Persies, the Rooney's. Who? Give me a few that were just tough.
Anelka
Anelka.
at Chelsea, man. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Talk to me. What was he? You look like a young Akin Femba. That's cool.
You know what? He had everything, man.
Yeah.
He had everything. Have you watched his documentary?
I want to say I think I did.
It's like
The one where he was he's
and-
misunderstood. They sent him
yes.
home. To be fair,
Yes.
big boy documentary.
And Thierry says it on the documentary. He was better than me.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
Like he just had everything. He could come short. He could go in behind. He could come short turn and hurt you.
Yeah.
He could go in behind. He was quick. He was good in the air. He was strong. And he didn't mind getting kicked. It's tough. I had everything. He was cold.
So out of all of them, the drugs, the Henry, Anelka was.
But you know what you're getting.
Yeah. Solid.
Like Thierry was unreal, but you knew how he played.
Yeah.
Like it depended what Nico turned up, what Anelka turned up, and if it was the Anelka that turned up that was ready for
It's a problem.
Problem.
Anelka, you know.
Suarez was hard to play against.
Yeah.
Aguero hard. Tevez hard to play against. Them low centre of gravity man. Torres at Liverpool was cold.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the names I'm naming.
I know. The era was different.
Do you know
the
what I
era
mean?
was different. I can't
Van
even front.
Pizzle at Arsenal.
Yeah, I can't even front. The era was
But
different.
then also, you go Everton, you're playing against Yakubu Kale,
Yeah.
Fellaini. You go West Brom, you're going Peter Odin-Wingy and Anton Fortune. Tough afternoons, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You come to West Ham, you're playing against two out of Teddy, Marlon, Bobby, Colton Cole, Dean Ashton, Carl Tevez. 2 out of the 6, sorry.
Yeah, the era was different.
You go to Stoke, Kenwyn Jones and Ricardo Fuller and Sidibe. You go to Sunderland, it's Kenwyn Jones and Darren Bent. Asamoah Gyan.
So what's your take now? Well, modern day football, I know it's always hard to compare eras now. So what's your take on where football is now?
I think it's more a game of chess now than when we play, people went to go and win.
Right.
Like it's more back and forth. I think when we played, there was more freedom. It was more decision making, like not a structure and the decision.
Football more enjoyable now or then?
Not then.
I
think.
Cool. I agree.
I think more then because it's too structured now. The structure takes the excitement out of it, I think. But you got some lovely players, man. Got some lovely players though. That's the thing. You got lovely players now. Who now the players who have got something different, the players that are a bit more eccentric or got a bit of guile, or they stand out like a sore thumb now.
They stand out massively now, yeah.
Whereas in our era, there was loads of them. Whereas now they stand out
Nah, I hear that.
and they're put on a pedestal. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you. No, listen, I
Whereas
feel you.
whereas when we played, you had to be the elite of the elite to be on a
To be
pedestal.
on a pedestal.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's where the difference is now.
So let me ask you something, right? So especially where you say you are now, especially post your career, how is the influence of when you see Rio building businesses, you know, outside of the game now? How has that influenced you?
It's been good and bad. It's influenced me in a good way and in a bad way. Comparisons are there,
Okay.
but it's comparison in fields that I know nothing about,
Okay.
which makes it harder.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're trying to emulate and you make bad decisions,
Okay.
you know, because there's the expectation that you're going to be able to do similar because I've done it previously. So there's an expectation of it.
Right.
I don't know if you was like it. When I retired, retirement had me thinking like I wish I didn't play football. As much as it gave me everything,
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I never done it. I wish I'd done a graft that had seen me from 16 to 65.
I
Because
didn't feel like that. I won't like us.
I felt like that on the basis, and it was on the basis of I've got to learn something new.
Okay.
And that's daunting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And what people don't fail to realise is, see, sports people, and I say footballers, sports people, but footballers because we're footballers and we live that life. You have 2 retirements, man. You have your football retirement and you got your real retirement. But in between football retirement and your real retirement, you've got a 25-year gap to bridge.
Yeah. But you know, my take, and I think what I want to, or what I'd want retiring footballers to understand is, I understand that I think in life you always have to reinvent yourself, but you're still being you. So this is no different from you. So
I get it.
You know, so I was preparing for retirement while I was playing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I haven't changed how I am. I'm just in a field where I don't have to run and chain and in the weather. So I hear where you're saying is, because the one thing that I think people don't know about footballers is it's institutionalized and it's a bubble. That's the thing that they don't. And when that bubble bursts, you come into real life.
Of course.
And then it's that, okay, boom, how is real life going to take me as me being
and you know
real?
what the difference is as well? See, as footballers, we always ask for help.
Yeah.
In football.
Yeah, yeah.
Coach, can we do this? Coach, do that. It's their obligation to do it.
Yeah.
So now when you're out in the real world and you ask for help and you don't get it, it's demoralising.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that.
When you don't get the help, it hinders you massively.
Yeah. I agree, and that's why I'm a real believer about support systems. We went into a field which we was part of a team, so we could have a shit game,
Yeah.
and my strike partner can get me out of
Yeah.
there. You know, so I went into that, and I will say this, and I stand 10 toes on it. When I came out the game, it was as important to create a support system or a team. I said this, I've gone into the podcast, and it's as important the people that I see day to day and work with. It's massive, because I believe we don't do anything by ourselves. I
never.
literally, so you take the time to be like,
Never.
okay, who are you running with? Who are you walking with? Who are
agree
you
with
building
that.
with?
So when you get told no, or you ask for help and the help isn't given, it's difficult. You find it hard. It's demoralising. Like you feel like you feel all of a sudden you feel like there's no why. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
But yeah,
like
I get that.
The ones who have a team around them that help are the ones that find it a lot easier.
Yeah.
The ones who don't are the ones who find it hard.
Much, because that's where it is. So now, if I was to go and ask for help and it's no, the team, so the team takes that brunt with me. That's the thing. So I'm very big on whatever your support system, be it your brother, your brethren, your missus, your kids, your support system. So when you do hear that setback, when you do hear that no, you don't feel like you're in the wilderness by yourself. And I think that's where it is. And I think because we attach that to our identity as footballers, when we come out and we're like, shit, generally people are knocking down our door to do shit for us.
Yeah.
Then when we hear it's that's
the biggest
bit.
thing.
Yeah.
That is when you're playing, people were knocking on the door to help you.
Yeah.
The minute that you're not, and you ask for help, you're vulnerable and you ask for help and it's not given. Yeah. People take that as entitlement.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Whereas what you're looking at is putting you in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Like you said, which when you're in the wilderness is difficult, man.
Oh my days.
It's difficult.
It feels like quicksand. And I'll say that. And people sometimes don't understand that. But again, do you know what? For me, and I think what's helped you come through what you've come through is your support system, your brethren that you've had from day dot, you know, pups, brothers, you know what I'm saying, misses, kids. You've had that around you to be able to allow you and help you navigate. And of course, you're now moving into a new venture, finding your feet. So, no, man, that sounds dope. Let me ask, because me and my brothers be doing that. When you and Rio link up, who gets the first round?
Whoever's thingy. Like, depends what we're doing.
See, you're real diplomatic in that, man. I get the round for my brothers all the flipping time. First, second, yeah. Don't say nothing. I know he wants to say something over there. I get it all the time. Say nothing.
To be fair, Rio, like, if I want to get something, he very rarely lets me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reality.
It's
like, I have to fight.
It's brother. I love that. It's the brother. Fight. Yeah.
You know, if we're out somewhere and we're going for food or whatever, he very rarely will say, like, it'll be done before I can even say, like who's paying that? Or can you bring the bill, please? It's already done.
Yeah. That's brotherhood, man.
You know?
That's dope, man. Anton, listen, I'm gonna. I actually knew. Remember, I came to your tournament, and we chopped it up there for I think 40 minutes while man was just waxing lyrically about what you was putting on, which was, again, it's testament to you as a person, the way you've now evolved into. Look, your essence is to give back, to try and promote, to try and encourage. And I think I can chop it up with you for another hour. And I just want you to know, and I think you do, though. I mean, the way you've navigated your trials and tribulations and your essence has stayed the same, my brother, like, is certified. Because, look, there's positive and negatives, I think, in life. The name, it's a big name, but you forged out your own identity, and know that, like, you are Anton. You understand what I'm saying? So, and what you achieved throughout your career, throughout your life. Look, it's, for me, I keep coming back. The reason why I wanted to be able to do this podcast is, and you touched on it, like, is to be able to give flowers while they're here. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to say, hey, nah, man, look, brother, it's top tier what you've done. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Real bars from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your time, man. And keep being you, man. Blessings on blessings. Thank you, brother.